It's that time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to the About Time Boxing family and my Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel, who's been taking the time to watch the videos and leave the comments. Um, and I thank each and every one of y'all that has not only watched the videos, but who also, give me the thumbs up and like the videos. So I appreciate you guys. I honestly, sincerely appreciate you guys. If you're in the tri-state area, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, and you need a barber, you need a haircut, a fresh cut, not just any cut, but a fresh cut. You want cuts by Lonnie. You want to contact my guy, Lonnie the Barber, at 215 668 9125. That's 215 668 9125, and that's Lonnie the Barber, mobile barber. I know y'all probably like, well, there's no location. You don't need to have a location. He's a mobile barber. He can come right to you and lace you right on up. Trust me, you will not regret it. Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andrade. Seems like Boo Boo is becoming impatient. And it seems like Boo Boo is trying to open up some boo boos on on Billy Joe Saunders. Demetrius Andrade went to Twitter and he said, "Hey Billy Joe," he said, "listen, you got nothing to say, mate." He said, "Aren't you the WBO super middleweight champion?" He said, "Let's go, Billy Joe." He said, "Come on." He said, "Don't run away for the third time." He said, "Don't run for the third time. Let's go." So do y'all think Billy Joe Saunders is running from Demetrius Andrade? Because it seems every time they're supposed to fight, there's always something that comes up that derails that fight. But now that Demetrius Andrade has went up to 168, so why do y'all think Billy Joe Saunders is not eager? Even though, there's been some pressure put on him about making a fight with Demetrius Andrade. Why do y'all think he don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade? Or do y'all think he's running from him? How many of y'all think that Billy Joe Saunders can actually beat Demetrius Andrade? I want to know what y'all think. Drop some comments at the bottom. Smash that like button. Let me know what y'all think. Is Billy Joe Saunders running from Demetrius Andrade, or he just feel like it's not, like fighting him is not worth it? Now, I saw a comment on Twitter and somebody said trash versus garbage. I disagree with that. That's what I'm saying. Some people are just spectators, just as a fan, but they're not people who really understand fighters and different styles and different things about the fight game. We know that it's a lot of political, BS that's entailed with, trying to make these big fights or semi big fights, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I mean, I don't see why Billy Joe Saunders just don't fight him. I mean, you would think that it would be an easy fight to make, because Demetrius Andrade is the WBO middleweight champion. So, it's, and he want to go up to, well, he's moved up to 168, and he wants to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders is, made some, remarks about Demetrius Andrade, called him out his name and different things like that. So it seems that Billy Joe Saunders is, he's succeeding in getting underneath Demetrius Andrade's skin. But Demetrius Andrade is normally, he calls fighters out, but he's not like people say that he's like a nice guy. He's not like he just, like a straight up guy. He gonna confront you, like he did with the Charlos, like, yo, what's up, when we gonna fight? He's pretty vocal. Yeah, Sergio Mora had made some comments about Demetrius Andrade going on Twitter and calling out Billy Joe Saunders. So let's take a listen to some of it. That is me, Billy Joe. I think you're doing the right thing too. I love that tweet. Say my name. You got that from Breaking Bad, Walter White, and you're calling out Billy Joe Saunders. That's what you need to do a little bit more of to get under their skin because you're the champ. You're undefeated. You're an Olympian. You have all the pedigree. You have the resume, but you're not. I mean, you don't go calling out fighters. I love the fact that you did that. You went out of your element and you tweeted out at BJ Saunders himself. Say my name. Okay. I disagree when he said that Demetrius Andrade don't go calling out fighters. He does. He's called out a lot of fighters. He called Canelo. He called Canelo a bitch for not wanting to fight him. So he definitely called people out. I don't know if Sergio Mora was just referring to the fact that he felt like that this was a different tactic, or a different type of strategy by Demetrius Andrade by going to Twitter. I don't know if he mean like, cause most of the time, like if he can get with you face to face, he'll he'll step to you. But I don't know. But like I said, I disagree with that. I think that he does call fighters out. He do, and that's because he wants to prove that he belongs amongst the elite. Demetrius Andrade wants to prove that he's the best, and there's nothing wrong with that. And once again, like I always say, and even you got the other boxers and the boxing sportcasters. They say boxing is about the best fighting the best. And I know a lot of people may beg to differ and say, well, Demetrius Andrade is not amongst the best, but he's undefeated. People don't want to fight him, and he was stripped of his 154-pound championship because of inactivity, because nobody wanted to fight him. And I know Canelo had made a statement saying, "Oh, he's boring. He hasn't beat anybody, and if I fight him, people will blame me." So, you think it's going to be a much more exciting fight with Canelo and Callum Smith? I mean, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out December 19th. So, drop me some comments. What y'all think? Do y'all think that Billy Joe Saunders, y'all think he's running from Demetrius Andrade? Do y'all think a lot of fighters is running from Demetrius Andrade? And if they don't want to fight him, why do y'all think they don't want to fight him? Why? Why is it so hard for him to get a fight? I don't understand. I don't understand it. I would love to see Demetrius Andrade fight, Jamal Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see him. Even if Badu Jack went up to light heavyweight, but I would have loved to see him fight Badu Jack. It's a lot of fights that I would have loved to see Demetrius Andrade fight. But it just seems that people don't want to fight him. He has a belt. He's a champion. And if it's titles that Canelo was going after, I think that I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think that Canelo is fighting. I think he's fighting Callum Smith because maybe he feel like this is a easy victory, and for him to get another strap at 168. And then I think Billy Joe Saunders is waiting to see what the outcome of the Smith Alvarez fight is to decide if he wants to fight Demetrius Andrade. Little money maybe, I don't, versus him fighting the winner of Callum Smith, Canelo Alvarez. Big check. Unification. You know what I mean? Unification. I guess, maybe Billy Joe Saunders feel like there's nothing to gain there as far as, his notoriety or and then if he lose to Demetrius Andrade, then he'll probably definitely be out of the talk, because people want to see Canelo fight Billy Joe Saunders too. So, I mean, let me know what y'all think. Appreciate y'all checking out the About Time Boxing with Mr. Trill 100 Mil. Shout out to New Media Boxing. Shout out to Aki TV. Shout out to Blue Blood TV. Peace out to my About Time Boxing family and my Trill 100 Mil gang.